Alright guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day. Today we have a nice 7-game slate here. Got some success to go over from yesterday and the day before. Didn't do that show yesterday, had some issues with the site, but got it back up, so that was good. But we did have some solid success to go over from the other days, so I think we'll have to go 2 days back. Might need some help from you, Chris. Tell me where to stop in the Discord. But before we do that, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yeah, we'll go over all of them, and then we'll go over my lineups from yesterday, just so it's not too much. But yeah, I'm excited for the slate today. Everything locks at one time, so at least most games. So no late swap, most likely for NBA here. But obviously there's MLB, so you have to watch out for that. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why are all the games at 7? There's like, what is it? Like all 6 are at the lock time, or are some of them like 30 minutes apart?
No, like 6 of the 7 are at 4 Pacific. Probably an Easter thing. Just a holiday, so
It's nice.
usually they do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over the Discord. Got Justin in the chat. What's up? He's one of the big winners, actually. So, got to go over his, of course. Got Solo in here. Austin here. Oh, yeah, I got the NCAA final game, Chris.
Yeah, did you see that shot by Suggs?
Yeah, I was watching it live. It was nice. Off,
Yeah,
he
it was
called
crazy.
it pink. It looks like some of your shots you score, not from half court, just banks when we play.
Yeah, from half court, mine are all net, right?
Yeah, but up close, they're all banks always.
No.
You gotta, need some more control over your shot, better touch. But anyway, you can see my screen today, right? Everything's working.
Yeah.
Okay, good. The studio got a little dusty. Didn't use it yesterday, so just making sure. Did we go over this one? Because I think we went over this one last. I remember this one from Turn and Burn. Remember this one from you, MLB. Did we? I don't think we did this one, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, we probably did. It was on the same day.
Was it? It was posted a bit after. This was
4-3. Our last show was on 4-3.
Oh, did
So
we
I think
see,
we did all those.
did we see this one?
I don't know. We could just go over them again. Who cares?
Yeah,
No
let's
one's
just-
keeping track.
That's true. Yeah, so let's just start off here from Snow. Did it in the late night in the main slate for MLB, late night basketball, so good stuff there. Aiden here. I'm pretty sure we went over this one. But same old with Aiden. Every sport, every slate, every day, except for yesterday. He probably missed a few slates. Took the day off, actually. I think I saw something in the NHL chat saying something about not posting the updates since he didn't play. He usually posts like the injury updates for a lot of sports, so it's quite useful actually. Shout out to Aiden for doing that always. But he did take the day off, so I'm pretty sure he enjoyed that day off. Yeah, we have Tiger Blood here. This was, I think, I don't know if we saw this one. I think we did. No, I don't think we did. So this is a new one for sure. Mini Max on DK for the college basketball. Is this for the Final Four?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he also said he was close to shipping this one or something. But I mean, that's awesome. College project. Did we go over this one and you made fun of me for college projections, saying how they've been sharp?
I mean, you say that every time, and I'm gonna make fun of you every time.
Yeah. Well, they're super sharp guys, so yeah, that's a good one there. We have Nick here. Yeah, this is college basketball here. I see some Suggs. Did some good stuff there. Did some baseball here. $33, $70. 45 to 90. Got what did he do? How do you say his name? Voltace.
Just ace.
Ace. Yeah, I think I asked that once. Just Ace. 85 to 300. So that's a pretty crazy result there. Probably some tournaments there. Maybe some quintuple ups. Either way, good stuff. Gotta click on Espo's Pasta there. Here it is. Here's Justin. What did he do, Chris? He went. Gotta find him here. Gotta squint a bit because I don't see a Crunch logo, but I know his name. There it is.
I'll say this: if you apply the Crunch logo and you do this again, we'll give you a free month. So just put the logo on. It's in the Discord.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's probably some guys in the YouTube here, definitely some guys in the Discord who would agree with me on this one. But if he had the Crunch logo, there you get like plus 50 luck. Plus 50 luck is a lot. Like, that could have been the difference between, what is it?
Yeah,
like,
he would have beaten Crunch Lord here. So I mean, Crunch Lord at the top.
Crunch Lord
Cruncher.
I mean, he's got part of DFS Crunch in the name, so there's a reason why he's up there too.
Yep.
So it works for sure. But I mean, yeah, this is awesome though. 4K here. It would have been nice to ship it, but I mean, 4K, that's amazing. I didn't know he max enters the NBA shot. That's some high entry fee, but awesome stuff there. Love to see it. Uh, yeah, I mean, anytime you're up there, I always say this: close, you can ship it. It's always close. It's like a steal, a block, possession away if your guy gets subbed out or doesn't. So lots of random stuff can happen there. I'm not sure what happened exactly on this slate, but it must have been a good sweat for Justin here. But yeah, big shout out to him. This is awesome. I love results like that. So let's click all these for him. So that was a good one. I was actually upset that we didn't get to go over that one the other day. I was looking forward to it. But yeah, awesome results there. Got Pricky here. What did he do? 73, 154 on DK. Some MLB action on FanDuel. Solid. We have you here. This was the day before yesterday. So I guess I don't think we'll go over this contest, right, Chris?
Yeah, we won't. But yeah, this was my NBA. Did I do DK here? I don't remember what happened. Oh yeah, with DK, I picked the wrong team. I pivoted because I thought I was dead. So I pivoted off of Drew, who got like 60. I went to TJ McConnell and Miles Turner instead of Drew and McLaughlin. And that cost me there. So I did the pivot just because I thought I was dead, but apparently I wasn't with Drew. So that didn't work out. But yeah, here on FanDuel it worked out. No injuries, usually cash. Had another injury yesterday though, so just getting decimated by the injury bug. Ended up winning anyways, but still it's annoying.
Heel.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He was like not a starter, and then he got hurt. Was he hurt before the game, or did he get hurt in the game?
No, someone fell on his ankle.
Oh.
Like the LeBron one.
Oh. It's like a few weeks. Austin saying, Chris, the slug shot, was it as good as Trey Burke's?
I mean, I know Austin's like a fan of Michigan sports. I honestly can't say I've ever seen the Trey Burke shot. I'm not a big college guy, but that slug shot was nice. So I mean, I'll defer to you there, Austin. Obviously not you because I know you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I'll defer to Austin and decide for me.
Yeah. Do you think he meant to hit the bank, or did he just put it up? Like what?
No, he just put it up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how all these good players, NBA, college, like when they hit the bank shot, it looks good. Like like if I were to shoot a game winner, I would definitely not aim for the backboard, and then
Well, it's because it's so far away, and then it's obviously online, so they put more on it, and it ends up banking in.
yeah. I mean, like if I were to do it, it wouldn't be online. Like it would hit the rim from that far if it's like out of my range. It's just crazy how it's like always online, and like you said, like that's pretty cool. Austin says both are gonna go down in history, Chris. Yeah, we got you 1400, 23, 22, 23. NBA main slate. This is some MLB action. 362, 761 on DK. Got some Mercedes in here. FanDuel MLB main slate as well. Almost broke even, or a bit more than broke even. I mean, guess he did some tournaments there, double ups or something. What is this one? You did some college basketball as well in DK, killing it. Did we get the full lineup ever from us, from Justin?
Maybe in the chat, but I'm not sure.
Got it. What did Aiden do? He did single game slate here. High score, so yeah, killed it. $1, $10 in the tournament, and then every sport, every slate, like always. This was, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this is a big one from him actually. I don't think I've seen that many. Got some love from Aiden here. DFS crunch to the moon. Got ultra boosted here. Lots of stuff to go over. We missed a day, so it's quite a bit of stuff.
This is yesterday's.
Yeah, this is now yesterday's. So this is some baseball action from Nick on DK. Solid stuff there. Got Aiden with the soccer. Solid. Got Pricky in here. What did he do? Baseball action. Got Dakota here. This is a pretty big one. 256, 512. Who's putting this one? Is this you, Chris? Or is this is Nick? Rainbow Frog?
No, I think it's Ricky.
Ricky with the Rainbow Frog. That's nice. What did Mike do? 150, 320, solid stuff there. High score, first place. Love to see that. It's time to hire tech guy Garry. Chris only got this in with like It was kind of tight yesterday, wasn't it?
No, the site was working for like 2 hours before lock, so didn't really understand this comment just because this was the main slate and the site was working. Maybe not 2 hours, like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
But
no, I think it was like 40 minutes, but then had some like we had just a lot of stuff that had to update. So, but it was probably ready like 15 minutes before. But that's like the ideal time to run everything anyway, with even in like a regular situation, just because there's always news that comes out in NBA close to this late locking. But just wanted to say that I was the tech guy yesterday, so we're good. There's just a strange issue. Never seen that one before, so it just took a while to figure out how to fix it, but should be good now. Yeah, should be good. We've been working on something, so like we're working on a different way of handling all the data, and with that new implementation, the issue that happened yesterday would have never happened, but that's not the reason why we're switching to a different way of handling all the data. The main reason is just so that the data will update faster, so that's one reason. But byproduct of that, this issue that I didn't foresee happening, that won't happen again. So fix that. That was the real crunch time yesterday for me, by the way, not the show. But yeah, we have you here, DK, NBA main slate. This was a big one, 1K to 4K. What happened, Chris?
Yeah, so I had Hernan. So there's like a swap here. It was like Adams, Carter Jr. and someone else versus Hernan Gomez, Okiki, and Jokic. I had Hernan Gomez like 5%, went for 30, played 25 minutes, so that was big. And then, yeah, so I mainly wanted him because they were starting Jackson Hayes with Steven Adams, so that kind of solidified Hernan Gomez's minutes on the second unit, so that's why I wanted him. And then Okiki, well, we'll go over it here. So, yeah, I'll go over it once we have the lineup in front of us.
Chuma Okiki. I remember all these guys. I used to list them throughout the whole year, and I always used to get criticism listing all these random guys. Who are these players? Why are you listing them? They're always questionable. They're always out.
They were.
Yeah, but here they are, making an appearance 3/4 of the way through the season. But yeah, do you want to open it now, or should we go through the success first, finish that up?
We can. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Let's just finish it up. Your FanDuel here, 1,300 to 2,300 with the injury, so good to see. Do you know what his ownership was, Chris? Nikhil Alexander Walker?
Like 60, 70, 80%. So it wasn't too bad. But it was like I would have won way more if he didn't get hurt. But at the same time, it helped DK because I had Bledsoe over there, so he got more minutes in the second half. So overall, it was probably a net positive for me. But yeah, another injury there.
What did Simmons go for?
26. Blowout.
Well, for the Sixers, they blew them out?
No, they got blown out.
Okay, I mean, that's what I've been saying about Simmons.
Well, the thing is, I always play him when Embiid is out, and then every time Embiid is out, for some reason they get blown out.
Yeah, I mean, Simmons isn't he's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. That's why they have Embiid there. That's why they pay him the big bucks. But yeah, they get blown out for some reason every time I play Simmons.
Looks like Simmons isn't the player made out to be. He needs Embiid for sure. But I mean, we've gone over this many times.
I think everyone agrees with that. No one is saying he's his own player.
Well, yeah, definitely not what was said before though. But got ultra boosted here. New type of screenshot. I don't even know how to do this one. This is iOS. Wait, is that? I don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, it's if the contest is over, you can't take the screenshot, so they notify you here when you win.
I think
so. Even if you have like $1,000 in entry fees and you win $10, you'll get this notification that says you won $10.
Oh yeah, that's the best. It's a good feeling. But I was gonna say, I think on the Android app you can actually see your contest, but I don't know if you do cash. Like, it's not gonna split it up by lineup. I think it just does it by contest entry.
Yeah,
you
I don't know.
that too. Yeah. What did Austin do here? NBA single entry, NBA double up, killed it. 14th place out of 1.7K, so that's awesome. 21st, 3.5K. Deserves to win more than that, though, for sure. But solid results there. Have one more here on FanDuel. Alexander Walker as well. Still cash, so love to see that. Let's open up your. Let's scroll back up here. So we got this one, FanDuel. Let's open that one up first. Yeah, what do you want to do, Chris?
Yeah, so there's like a few decisions here on FanDuel yesterday. Could you just scroll down a little? Yeah, so I wanted these power forward. I guess I'll start with point guard. So point guard, there was a ton of guys. There were like 4 viable with Curry, Trae Young, Simmons, and Ball. Trae Young got like 10, so that was pretty big. He was like 30-40% owned. Curry got 50. He was also 50% owned. Simmons 26, 60% owned. So he was like the highest owned out of the group. He performed second worst, obviously, out of behind Trae Young. And then Lonzo here, I think he was the lowest owned out of the 4, and he performed the best, went for 50. So that was really big, just hitting every shot yesterday, so that was nice. So I like this combo a lot. We got word that Ball wouldn't be on a restriction, so it was good playing him against Houston there when they were missing they were missing Zion and Ingram. And then also Kyra Lewis was out as well, so I like that. It's also why I played Nickeil Alexander-Walker here. 70% owned, so he was pretty high owned. Got hurt in the third quarter, started the third quarter, so he got most of his points here in the first half. So it was on pace for 30. But like I said, it was probably a positive for me because it gave Zoe more minutes. He was 30% owned, went for 50. Probably would have went for like 40 if Alexander Walker ended up playing the whole game. So probably helped me a little bit, actually. And then Sterling Brown here, he was the last piece. Kevin Porter locked him in. Everyone did. He was 96% owned. Oubre, just a little too cheap yesterday. Also a last piece. I feel like whenever I'm on him, he always has a big game. So I love playing Kelly Oubre. Just always has a big game for me. Tobias Harris here was playing great. Just got blown out. Didn't play many minutes. Didn't play fourth quarter. Probably played half of the third quarter. So that's probably like 12 extra minutes that he missed out on. So that was pretty bad there, but he still ended up getting 36. He beat out Christian Wood, who was like the 1v1 here. So that was still fine. And then James Johnson, he's just a stud when he gets minutes, always gets a ton of stocks. Did it again yesterday. So I locked him in for sure. And then Jokic here, he was also a last piece. A lot of people want Capella. Capella got 53. Jokic only went for 50. So obviously, point per dollar, Capella did a lot better. He was like, I think 9K. Jokic was 11 almost. So yeah, that was my FanDuel lineup here.
Nice. You want to open up anyone else? This was 8th place.
Let's just scroll through. I gave you a smaller contest here, so we can scroll through. Let's see. Yeah, this is the same team. Keep going. Yeah, there wasn't really many trains yesterday, so that was really good to see. Because I said there was 4 viable point guards, and then center obviously Capella was chalky. Didn't have Capella, so yeah, I like when there's no trains.
Okay, yeah, me too. Let's open up this DK one. So this was a big one, 1K to 4K. Here it is. Yeah, what happened here, Chris?
So what happened here? Let's see. So I mean, another sort of day where how big is this contest?
Not that big.
Yeah, it's
45.
Yeah, so another day where not really a train on DK here. I sent you the wrong lineup. That's why. Sorry. This is after hours.
Oh.
One sec. Let me send you the right one. Yeah, but this was after hours. I played after hours. This one did well here, but obviously not from the screenshot. Let's see.
Keeping those screenshots to yourself?
Oh, no, I just took it too late. Let's see.
We have a request, by the way, from C. Davis Clement. He wants us to go over the back testing, Chris.
Sure.
So we can do that at the end, and then I'll send that to him later. He's been asking for a while. But yeah, so this is another double up here. So this is your main one, 1K to 4K. Here it is. So yeah, what happened here, Chris?
Yes, I mean I had Hernan Gomez here almost go 10x at 2%, which was huge. Bledsoe benefited a lot from the Alexander Walker injury, so a lot of things went my way here. Okiki 5.7K went for 41, so that was a huge game. Hampton 41%. So I mean all my low owned guys were pretty much fire. If Tobias Harris here had a big game, probably would have taken down a lot more stuff. But yeah, I like this lineup a lot. Yesterday it was like a low owned lineup, but I liked it a lot. Like we had three guys from this Orlando Denver game who were pretty low owned at the bottom here. So yeah, I like the lineup a lot. We also have Dakota here at 7th, so it's good to see.
Imagine if you had Simmons here. Was he viable on DK?
No, he's more expensive. He was only like 7.5 on FanDuel, so like it's not like his performance was awful.
It was pretty bad, but yeah, imagine fading Johnson, Chris, at 84%. Not eating the chalk. That'd be crazy.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like if you didn't have Johnson for whatever reason, if you faded like a chalky play. 84%.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean that's what people do sometimes.
Yeah. Gotta risk it to get the biscuit. What do you want to go over, Chris? Scroll down a bit or up, down? There's nowhere to scroll up. You're at the top, so we can only scroll down.
Yeah, let's scroll down. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like yesterday was, let's see, scroll, go to 40, go up, 40th place. Yeah, so this was the other team that I was deciding between. This was the second team. It was really close in projections. This one had Adams, Porter Jr., and Carter Jr.
Doesn't yours have Adams?
No. Oh, did it? No, that was my late night. So,
okay.
Yeah, I had Hernan Gomez. So this one had Porter, Adams, and Carter Jr. I had Hampton, Jokic, and Hernan Gomez. So I mean, Porter Jr. sucked here, 8 turnovers yesterday. Hernan Gomez beat him out straight up. So that was the big difference there. But both of these lineups cashed, which was good to see. It's always good when you're 3v3, both sides of it cash.
Yeah, it is always good. Anything else? Is that it? Let's get into the slate today.
Yeah, sure, we can.
Let's see how ugly it is at the bottom. What happened here?
House, 26% got hurt.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is interesting. Let's see. We got some chat here. VN Jones, greetings, guys. Late checking in. Who's my GPP lock, Chris?
Wow, we have D'Angelo Russell playing today, so that's interesting. That changes the entire slate.
He was doubtful yesterday.
Yeah, he was doubtful. McLaughlin was looking like a lock all day, but I mean, I assume that D'Angelo's going to start, so that changed a lot actually.
McLaughlin.
Yeah, my GPP play or your GPP play?
Yours. I don't know the slate yet. I'll go over it. I'll have one after we go through the show.
Yeah, mine will come at the end of the show. Like we got to go over everything first, then I'll cook one up.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know what's going on yet. So we have to go through all these injuries, and then I'll have a better idea as well. Dinda's got my back. He says Simmons shoots like he has a Halloween mask on backwards.
What does that even mean?
It just sounds terrible. Like, I don't know. Imagine shooting with the Halloween mask on back. I don't know. But it just sounds like a diss to his shot. I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his shot, it's frustrating. Like, his shot's nice in, like, the warm-ups, in the buzzer beaters when, like, they're down by, like, 20 and he's just chucking it in the fourth. Like, it looks nice. Yeah, I don't know. I used to like Simmons a lot more, actually, so I just had higher expectations from him. VN Jones likes that one. Jones says cashed with the 292 yesterday, but anything under 300 is like Barkley says uncivilized. Diallo will be yesterday's Aaron Gordon, Chris. What did Gordon do?
I think he went for like 45, something like that. Is this a revenge game for him? No. Oh yeah, it is. So the revenge game yesterday for Aaron Gordon. Today it's Diallo. So I like that one.
Yep. How's the lighting today, by the way? Because it's sunnier today than it was the other days. I didn't turn the light up. Is it better than usual?
Yeah, it looks fine, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. I can turn it up brighter, but I don't know yet. I didn't have time to check today. But anyway, on to today's 7-gamer here. What's your favorite news here, Chris? Is it the D'Lo news? Is it something else? Do you have a team that you want to target here? Is it the fact that all the games lock at 4 p.m. for us Pacific time? What is it?
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite news is. Like, I don't know. We have value today. We have Raptors going up against the Wizards. We have Minnesota against Sacramento. I like that game a lot. So, are you asking my favorite game or like my favorite news? Like, what do you mean favorite news?
Yeah, like what makes you excited about today's slate? What do you like here as a basketball fan, as a DFS fan?
Two very different things. Basketball fan and DFS fan. I mean, basketball fan. I like the New York Knicks Brooklyn game, Battle of the Boroughs. So I like that game, but that game is not a good DFS game at all.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that.
And then the DFS?
DFS, I like the high total games. I like Toronto. I like Minnesota. But that's not really news. So
I'm just asking what you like. We can get into the news now. Let's do it. First up, we got Utah Jazz here against the Dallas Mavericks. Utah side, Elijah Hughes out, Juwan Morgan out. Projected starters, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Royce O'Neal, and Rudy Gobert. Anybody on the Jazz, Chris, that we are interested in today?
let me see. Let me just open this up. So this game has a 223 over under right now. Jazz are favored by 5. So they were in that blowout last time against the Orlando Magic. So we didn't have any interest in them that day. Today's sort of similar. Like we have a ton of value elsewhere. Other teams kind of stand out more. So I don't want anyone cheap here. I think maybe if you're spending up, someone like Donovan Mitchell is a decent option here, or Rudy Gobert. I'm always fine playing their two best players, and then usually I just stay away from the value guys here, unless Conley's out on back-to-backs, stuff like that. So I'll say my favorite guy here is probably Donovan Mitchell, just because he has a really high usage rate. He's been playing very well. This is his first game on the road though since he had the plane incident, so. Interesting to see how that's going to play out. But yeah, they've been in a lot of blowouts recently. He's still been putting up pretty big numbers. So I think if this game can stay close, I think he could have a big game. So I like him a lot in tournaments, and then no one here in cash games for me.
Okay. Let's do the other half here. Dallas side, JJ Redick out, Tyrell Terry out, Willie Cauley-Stein out, Maxi Kleber probable, and then Kristaps and Josh Richardson questionable tags. Projected starters, Luka Doncic, Josh Richardson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and Kristaps Porzingis. Anybody on the Mavs, Chris?
Yeah, so on the Mavericks, it's usually just Luka for me, unless we have injuries, which we have to watch out for these injuries today. So Kristaps is questionable, Richardson's questionable. So if those guys are out, it'll change some things, but I think they're going to play here. So I think it's just going to be Luka for me. Obviously, if KP misses, we can go to Boban again if he ends up starting. But like I said, we'll have to watch for that news. I think Luka's the safest option here. 10-3 on FanDuel. I like that price tag a lot in cash games. Tournaments as well. I think he's just a really solid play. DraftKings, he's 10.8K, so probably a little bit too expensive for me here. I prefer going to Karl Anthony Towns for 10-6 against the Kings. I like that matchup a lot more. I think this game has a higher chance of being a blowout for the Jazz. So, yeah, I'm fine with Luka here, but I'm not going to go out of my way to lock him in.
Got it. Before we load up the next one, Din is asking, what's the ETA on the Fred Van Thief merch? Garry. Yeah, it's not coming. Like, no updates. Ignoring the email that I sent. Like, when did I send it? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Um, so let's see when I bought it. I bought it on February 19th. So it's been well over a month. I sent him an email March 15th, so about a month after I ordered it. And then I just said, hey, was wondering what's up with the order. Been almost a month now and no update. No response to that one. So, yeah, I mean, like if this was any other site, like it'd be kind of red flags. I mean, still should be red flags, but I'm going to give him until the off season. So we'll see what happens then. Yeah, what do you think's going to happen, Chris? Do you think I'll ever get it or no?
Yeah, I think you will eventually.
Nice. Hope so. Via Jode says Russell News has blown up my entire lineup back to scratch. Sad face. And then he says, how are you all feeling about Stewart with Plumlee out, Chris?
Yeah, he's a lock today. The price, I mean, the news came out after pricing was released yesterday, so he's a easy lock today.
Nice. I like it. Okay. Let us go into the next game. So we have, this is your favorite game as a basketball fan, Crispy said, not as a DFS player. Not interested in this one, but so it's the Knicks against the Nets. Let's go over the Knicks side first. Over there, we just have Norvell Pell. He is probable. And then we have someone named John Henson, 10-day contract over there. Do you know John Henson, Chris?
You don't know John Henson?
Who is he? Is he...
Wow. Wow.
Why?
He's not even that old.
Oh, is he good?
He was like
he was on the Bucks. Yeah, wasn't he a bum?
Yeah, but I mean, he played like 25 minutes a night, so he was a pretty big piece for them.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember him. I wasn't sure if it was him, but yeah, looking up his face, yeah, definitely remember him. Yeah, because they played the Raptors a lot, so I do know John Henson. They had he's like tall and lanky and skinny, right? Yeah, they used to have like him, Giannis when he was skinny Middleton, and then someone else. Is it Snell? No, who did they have?
Could be Snell. I don't know. Thon McCurr.
Oh yeah, I think it was Thon. Yeah, but yeah, no. So you got him, 10-day contract. Is he playing today, Chris, for them? And then I'll do the starters.
I have no idea. I don't think so. He was just signed today.
Got it. Projected starters for the Knicks. We got Alfred Payton, RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, Julius Randle, and Nerlens Noel. So I already know you said you're not interested in this game, but I'm going to ask, what about Randle, Chris?
Yeah, I think Randall's very interesting in tournaments. I don't think he's going to get much ownership here, but we always like targeting the Nets. He went for 63 last time against them. That was actually they played 2 games against each other. So last game went for 63, first game went for 50. So I mean, he has a ton of upside here in this matchup. I think this is a matchup that the Knicks will get up for. So I like this. I like this entire game. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be interested to watch it. But yeah, Randall's the guy here for me. He's pretty much the main guy from the Knicks. He's the guy that I think will do the most damage. I think this is a game where they'll play him more minutes as well. So I do like him a lot in tournaments. Cash games, I'm just not really landing there today, just because there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of other news. There's a lot of stuff that makes me want to play other guys ahead of him. So yeah, I think he's a really good tournament play. Probably going to be my tournament play of the day, but in cash games, I just don't think I need it right now.
Okay. Let's go over Brooklyn. Got Shamet out for them. Blake Griffin out. James Harden in. Projected starters: Kai Irving, James Harden, Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, and LMA. What do you make of LMA, Chris? Do you like him here?
No, I don't really like him much today, but he's looked really good. Had some big games. But yeah, Harden's back today, so we don't have interest in Kyrie anymore, especially for this price tag. You can play Harden. I don't think he's going to get much ownership coming off the injury, but yeah, I'm not too interested in the Nets side. This is a pace down spot for them.
Okay. Just load up the next game starters. Give me a sec. Okay, so we got some chat. Rondo says about John Henson, he's back. He says he's a blocking machine, Chris. Is that true?
Yep.
Then he says Larry Sanders.
Yeah, Larry Sanders. Probably a name that you don't know, right?
Is he coach?
No, I think that's Saunders. Flip
Oh.
Saunders.
Who is that then?
Larry Sanders was the guy on the Bucks. He had a lot of potential, but his life went sideways.
Oh, sad story.
No, he just lost interest in basketball.
Oh, okay. It's like the Ben Simmons story then. Um, let's see. Dennis says John Henson, Muppets dude.
Muppets.
Rhonda says he quit basketball. Lynn says Fred Van Thief crashed the server. Didn't you hear? Is that him trying to get back at us? Maybe it could be. That's kind of funny. Next game up, we got Sacramento, Minnesota. Sacramento side, just one guy with a tag. Hassan Whiteside, questionable. Projected starters, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Rashawn Holmes. Anybody here, Chris? Kind of weird to see the Kings playing early.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much here for me. Like, I don't know. This game is. I have a lot of interest in this entire game, but I don't know. It's hard to fit these guys in. I think they're more last pieces. De'Aaron Fox, he's obviously a really good player. He has a ton of upside every slate, but he hasn't been playing too well recently, ever since DeLon Wright came there. So I don't know. Like, I'm fine with De'Aaron Fox here. They're implied to score 120, which is one of the highest implied team totals on the entire slate. So I mean, they have that going for them. Just the pricing for their top guys, Fox and Holmes, doesn't really interest me too much. I think if I'm going to play some of these guys, I'm going to have more interest in someone like Buddy Hield for 5.8 on FanDuel, 5.9 on DK. I think that's an interesting price tag. And then Tyrese Haliburton over on FanDuel for 5.8 as well. I think that's interesting. And then Harrison Barnes, another guy I mentioned, 5.9 on FanDuel. So kind of a similar thing to what we talked about last time the Kings were on the slate. I like these guys that are in the 5K, high 5K range. Don't really love the spend ups here. I just think we have better spend ups in other spots. So yeah, I'm fine with them. If you land on these guys in tournaments, I'm good with it. Cash games as well. Like, this is a great game environment. Highest over under by 10 points, sitting at 236 right now. So I mean, I'm good with any of these guys. Just personally, I don't really want to spend up here. So I think, like I said, I'm going to probably land on one or two of the value guys here.
Got it. Let's go over Minnesota. Over there, we got a few notes here. So 3 guys doubtful. Malik Beasley, Jalen Noel, Ricky Rubio, all doubtful. D'Lo, like you said, kind of big news there. Priced yesterday, announced in today. So he's playing. Projected starters: Russell, Ant-Man, Kogi, Jaden McDaniels, and then Karl Anthony Towns. Wait, is it Jalen? Jalen McDaniels. Jaden, my bad. What do you make of this Minnesota situation here, Chris? Russell, I remember he looked very inconsistent before, earlier on in the season when he was there without Cat. Even with Cat, I think he was quite inconsistent. But it's interesting because you have Ant-Man here, higher price tag than Russell over on DK. Kind of like 3 guys there, kind of need some usage. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, so Russell and Cat, they've played like 5 games in their career together.
Yeah.
Like, they've played 1 this season and then 4 last season. So I'm interested to see how they play together. I like both players a lot. Clearly, they haven't been good in their careers so far. But yeah, I mean, Cat, he's probably my favorite spend up on both sites if I had to pick one guy. Just a really good matchup here against Sacramento, one that we always like to target. D'Angelo Russell here, being here doesn't really hurt him too much, I don't think. Like, he's been passing very well. I think I mentioned that last show as well. Like, I think he's still going to have a high usage rate. Russell's probably going to be on a minutes restriction, so I like Cat a lot. He's probably my favorite guy here. Like I said, I had interest in McLaughlin earlier when we thought that Russell was going to be doubtful, but now with Russell there, just kind of removes a lot of McLaughlin's minutes, so can't play him. So the main guy here is going to be Cat for me. If you want to play Russell, he's 6.2K on both sites. You can hope for a ceiling game. Hope his minutes are not restricted too much. I don't think that's an awful play, but for me, it's going to be Cat for the most part. I like Anthony Edwards as well in tournaments. He's just, I don't know, I think he's a really good player. He chucks the ball, so that's good for DFS. But yeah, like I said, Cat's going to be my favorite guy here.
Yeah. Ant-Man's been averaging almost like 40 fantasy points, FanDuel points for like the last month or something. So it's kind of crazy. He's been playing really well. By the way, Chris, so we got the Dinda comment about John Henson Muppets, dude. That was a good one. It's Jim Henson. Did you know that?
So you can see he was born in 1936, died in 1990. So clearly, we can use what's it called? It's deduction.
No.
Was it deduction? I don't know, but
Deductive
we can
reasoning?
use deductive reasoning to know that I do not know this guy.
But he's like I feel like you should. It's the Muppets.
I know the Muppets. I just don't know the guy.
But now you know, so it's like you got like a big plus to your culture card.
Yeah, that's true. Jim
This is-
Henson.
This is a big one.
Yeah, but it's. I'm just saying it's not something I knew before, but yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah. It's a big one. You probably watched some Muppets before. Kermit the Frog. You know Kermit the Frog. He's very memey. We got a lot. We got Ernie, Chris. Ernie
Yeah,
from
like I said. Yeah, I know the Muppets.
from TNT.
I know the Muppets. I just don't know Jim Henson, but now I do.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Learn something every day here. Yeah, David Cree is the one who said Muppets, so I looked it up. That's how I found that one out. Rhonda says, yeah, Ben Simmons. Got Royal King here. What's up? Cornelius in here says, thanks for the content, guys. Appreciate it. Sorry I was distracted earlier. Chris, who did you say was a lock? Or did we not get into that yet?
I think Isaiah Stewart. I said that.
Got it. Let's jump into the next game. Cleveland against the San Antonio Spurs. Cleveland side, we got Jarrett Allen still out with his concussion protocol, head injury. Do you know how he got it? Did he fall on the floor? Did he get an elbow? Did he hit the rim? Like, what happened?
Must have been an elbow because if he fell on the floor, he has a lot of hair. Like I was thinking about it too. He has a lot of hair that would probably protect his fall. So
Are you
probably got
joking?
an elbow. I'm not joking.
Are you joking? Are you saying his hair can function as a helmet?
Well, it's like no, not a helmet, like a pillow. He has so much.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like a pillow. Oh my god. You heard it here first, guys. Oh my god. So he is out. Larry Nance Jr. out. Dylan Windler out. Projected starters: Garland, Sexton, Coro, Dean Wade, and Kevin Love. You don't like. Wait, who don't you like? You don't like Garland or Sexton as basketball players? I think it's Sexton, right?
Yeah, I don't love Sexton, but he's still fine. Like he's always fine in DFS. I don't think we need it here today. 10-point spread favoring the Spurs, 217 over under, so that's not great. The one guy I am interested in is not going to be a starter here. It's going to be Taurean Prince on DraftKings for 3.8K. He played 32 minutes last game, so that was pretty big. Like before that, he was getting 20s. Obviously, he came back from an injury. So he got 30 fantasy points in 32 minutes last game. Still 3.8K on DraftKings. He might even end up starting here today. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I do like him a lot here on DK. I think he's a really good value play that we have here. Like you said, Nance and Allen are out. Windler is out as well, so that's a few minutes. So yeah, Taurean Prince is my guy here. He's the Cav for me. I don't have too much interest in the other ones.
Okay. Let's go over the Spurs quickly here. Trey Lyles out for them. Lonnie Walker out. Kitabates Diop out. Gorgie Jeng questionable. And then Drew Eubanks probable. Projected starters: DeJounte Murray, Derek White, DeMar DeRozan, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl. Anybody on San Antonio for you, Chris?
I mean, usually there isn't. I think Derek White is a decent last piece here, though, on FanDuel for 5.7K. He's been getting a lot of minutes. His last two games went into OT, but still, he's been playing like 30, 32 plus minutes. So on a slate like this, where we don't have great guys in this price range, I think Derek White's a fine play as the last piece on FanDuel. It's probably the only guy for me, though.
Okay. Let me load up the next one. Give me 1 second. There we go. Let's see some chat here. There's got to be something about your Jarrett Allen hair comment, Chris. Let's see. Lynn says, before Chris and Gary, there was Ernie and Bert. Yeah, I mean, I know the Muppets a bit. I'm pretty sure everyone's watched them. Yeah. Vian Jones says, any Kevin Love, Chris? Any Love minutes restriction, anything like that going on for him?
Yeah, I don't mind him. I like him more on FanDuel where he's 4.6. DK is 5.7, so that's a little harder to get to. But
Fred is out.
Yeah, we got that news, and Flynn is starting for him.
Yeah, he's probably attending to urgent matters, aka his business. He's got some has like a class action fraud. I don't know what it's called. He's got to deal with his fraud allegations. Yeah, that's interesting. Do you know why he's out? Left hip?
He got hurt last game.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
he didn't return. We had him. He was another guy that we injured.
Got it. Yeah. Let's see what else. John Rondo says, take a break and show Espo's takedown in the EPL nickel tournament. Trust the Opto. Should we do it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I see it right now.
Is it posted here, or do you have a link?
Right there.
Oh. Yeah, I wish there was a bigger prize pool here, but I mean, that's awesome.
You always say that. It's 5 cents into $15. Like that's crazy ROI.
Yeah, it is crazy. I just wish it was like 5 cents into $500 or something. That'd be awesome.
That would be impossible. You need, even if you had 60,000 people here, first place would be 150. So you would need 600,000 people to make it 1,500. So 200,000 people would give you $500.
Or FanDuel can just give away some free money.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Let's click all these. Do you know any of these players, Chris?
Yeah, I know a few of them. Chelsea guys, I know them. That's pretty much it. We got news that D'Angelo Russell is going to play off the bench and have pretty limited minutes.
Nice. Bump him down to like 23, 22, 20?
Who knows?
So, what positions do you pick? Like strikers, defenders, midfield, goalie, or no goal even?
Yeah, forward/midfield, defenders, and then one goalie.
Is it Olsen, the goalie?
Yep.
Who's your favorite goalie of all time, Chris Soccer?
Favorite goalie all time. Probably the guy from. I like the guy from Germany in 2010. I think I don't remember his name.
The World Cup guy?
Yeah, I don't remember his name though.
Was it?
This guy, Manuel Neuer. Yeah,
Was
this
that
guy.
him? Was he a
I like
beast?
this guy. I don't know. I liked him.
Let's look him up. Is he still playing? No?
No idea.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to Espo. That's a good one. He changed his name actually, didn't he? Was it FanDuel or DK?
Yeah, I think he changed it on DraftKings or FanDuel. Sorry.
We have it here. You were asking. What's his name now? What is that?
Papa Rachel.
Papa Rachel. That's a good one. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Dinda says, hurt his hip flexor carrying my money. It's not just my money. It's like all of Canada's money, probably. I'm not the only victim. Look it up. Look up Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet store shipping. Reddit, look that up. You'll see like a bunch of victims there.
Maybe it's because you're calling him Fred Van Fleet.
Vliet. What do you call him?
Vleet.
Yeah, I say it. Just when you say it fast, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of victims for sure. It's kind of, but we all trust him. We're all betting on ourselves, betting on Fred. He'll pull through. Yeah, let's get into this one, Chris. This is a game that you are interested in. I know that you said that. So we got Washington Wizards, Toronto Raptors playing against each other. Washington side, Gafford out for them. Rui Hachimura out. Brad Beal questionable. Projected starters, Westy, Beal, Denny Avdia, Davis Bertans, and Alex Len, with the revenge narrative going on. Started the season off with the Raptors, did training camp there. Didn't play much at all for the Raptors. Seems like he's playing more for the Wizards. Yeah, I guess the big thing here, Chris, is the Beal questionable tag. So I guess we can start off with that. How do we deal with that questionable tag for Beal today?
I mean, he's been questionable for like 10 slates in a row now. He's been out every slate, so we pretty much have to treat it as if he's out. I mean, projections obviously have to treat it as if he's in because he's questionable, but yeah, personally, I think he's going to be out. So I think Westbrook is a really good play here tonight. Like, especially if he's out, everyone's going to play Westbrook again. But even if he's in, I'm still interested somewhat in Russell Westbrook. I don't think he's too hard to get to on this slate. But yeah, I like Westbrook a lot. Don't really have too much interest in anyone else here. Westbrook just does everything for them. Obviously, Rui is out, so I mean that helps some guys on the wings. But I mean, I don't want to play Denny Avdia. Don't want to play Bertans. He had that minutes limit last game. Don't want to play Hutchison either. I played Garrison Matthews last slate in the same situation. He got 0 points, started the game, played 18 minutes, 0 fantasy points. So he was like the king of exercise right there. So yeah, I'd be surprised if they start him again. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on the news here. For now, it's just going to be Russell Westbrook that I have a lot of interest in.
Got it. Let's do the Raptors here. So we got some news. Van Thief is out. Flynn is starting for them. So news on Toronto. We got McCaw out, Lowry out, Van Thief out, Jalen Harris out, Rodney Hood out, Paul Watson out. As I said, Flynn starting there for Van Fleet. Projected starters: Flynn, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Chris Boucher. So yeah, we have Siakam as the cover boy today, Chris. Spicy P. I like that one. I saw that one yesterday. So I got excited for the slate because of that. We have Flynn starting here. Minimum price, is he on FanDuel? I believe DK 500 over minimum. What do you make of the Raptors squad here, Chris, going up against the Wizards? It's a team we usually like to target players against. Yeah, what do you make of this situation here?
Yeah, it's a great spot here for the Raptors. And then now we get the news that Fred VanVleet is out. Obviously, Lowry is out as well. So I think that makes Malachi Flynn probably a lock here. 3.5 on FanDuel, so that's the minimum. DraftKings, he's 3.5 as well, so 500 over the minimum over there. But like he had the giant game last time. They blew out the Warriors. They won by 50 points, 53 points here. He played 30 minutes, got 33 fantasy points. Obviously, I don't know if he's going to get 30 minutes here. I mean, it's not like it's out of the realm of possibilities. Like he's starting, no Lowry, no VanVleet, so clearly they want to give him minutes, in my opinion. So I do like Malachi Flynn a lot here for value. Probably moves ahead of someone like Jordan McLaughlin now on this slate, just because Russell's in. So we'll have to wait and see if we get more news, stuff like that. In 4 minutes, we get the injury report. So I mean, I'm expecting some sort of news to come out, but for now, I have a ton of interest in the Raptors. Like all these guys, I mentioned Flynn as value. Siakam on the cover, obviously. No VanVleet, so he's just a really good spend up here. Both sites, 8.7 on FanDuel, 8.5 on DK. So really good spend up in that 8K range. Gary Trent, no VanVleet, so he's going to get more shots. I like him a lot on both sites. 5.4 on FanDuel. DraftKings, I don't like him on both sites. DraftKings, he's 6'6", so that's just way too expensive. Didn't look at that, but yeah, FanDuel 5-4, pretty much a lock there in my opinion. And then OG Anunoby as well, 7-2 on DK, 7K on FanDuel. Really good price tag in this matchup. So I have a ton of interest in these Raptors today. Both sites, like the guys that stand out price wise, I'm gonna probably play. Probably gonna have like at least four in my lineups in this matchup with this news. So I'm all over the Raptors here today.
What do you think of Bobby Boucher, Waterboy, Slim Duck, Chris Boucher? Do you like him?
Yeah, I'm fine with him as well. Like 5K on FanDuel, really good price tag there. 5.9 on DK. Got the start last game, so it'll be interesting to see if they continue to start him. That's something else that I'm waiting for. But yeah, that's a really good price tag on FanDuel. Like maybe if you don't want to play Cat, you want to spend down at center. Boucher is probably the next best option.
Yeah, I love it. I'm probably gonna lock him in. He's got upside. Like he can go for 40 plus if he has a good game. If his shot's on, blocks upside, so you can get a bunch of blocks in like a few minutes. So 5K, lots of guys missing. I feel like his minutes are pretty safe here. I'm not sure what his ownership is. We have him at 10% on FanDuel, 1 center there, 4% on DK. I kind of like that more, but higher price tag on DK. But I do really like that on DK as well because you can play a few centers. So I think,
that'll go up for sure because FanBleed is out, so that ownership will definitely go up.
Yeah. I still like it though because he's got that upside 40. If he gets like 40, 45, you can definitely see him in the top lineups for sure. Not sure about FanDuel though with only 1 center. Like if he goes for 45, is that enough or no?
Yeah, 45 is definitely enough for 5K. Like that's almost 10x, 9x. So definitely enough there.
Yeah. Before we go into the next game, Chris, got Dinda's favorite goalie, Hope Solo. Do you know who she is?
Is that Han Solo's daughter?
No. What? Do you know her?
No, I also like the guy. I think he's from the Netherlands that wears the helmet. Rondo probably knows his name. I think he's a little old now, but he's the guy that wears the helmet.
He should just get an afro instead, right, Chris?
He wears like the rugby helmet.
Yeah. Some of us wear rugby helmets. Some of us get afros. Got to do what you got to do to protect your brain.
We need to get the name from Rondo.
Let's see what else we got. Rondo says, "Wow, Sam Darnold to the Panthers."
Florida Panthers.
Do you know who that is, though?
Yeah, of course.
But
the thing is, when I think of Panthers, the first thing I think of is Florida Panthers. So yeah, Carolina Panthers, Sam Darnold. That's pretty big. But yeah, they're clearly drafting. Are they first or I think they're second? So they're probably gonna get the guy from BYU. I forget his name.
Let's see. Vian Jones says, "Load up on the Raptors versus my Wizards, Siakam and Flynn for me, but can't go wrong with others." Peter, let's see what this is. Is this him, Peter? Chet? How do you?
Yeah.
Why do you
Did
like
Rondo
this
say that?
Huh?
No, I don't like that guy. I don't like him. He just wears the helmet, so he looks funny.
It reminds me of what's that guy? Dan Cloutier on the Canucks. The weird ass looking helmet. He looked so weird with it. That helmet. Let's go into the next game, Chris. Detroit Pistons, OKC Thunder. Detroit side, there's quite a few guys actually in this game out. So we got Mason Plumlee, Wayne Ellington, Jahlil Okafor, and Rodney McGruder all out for Detroit. Projected starters, what's his name? Saban Lee, Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Isaiah Stewart. Already talked about Stewart, I believe, earlier. Had that question. You said he is a lock. Is he a lock on both sides, Chris? And who do you like on the Pistons?
Yeah, so he's the only guy I'm interested in cash games. Like Grant is priced fairly on FanDuel, 6.4K, I think. But now with this Van Vliet news, I think you got to go Siakam there as the second power forward. But yeah, Isaiah Stewart here. No Mason Plumlee. He's resting. That news came out after the slate was released, so Stewart's price tag doesn't reflect that news. So he's just a free square here. I think everyone's going to play him. Not too much to talk about with him. Like he's the guy that gets the immediate bump when Plumlee goes out. So it's just an easy play there. Just underpriced, opens up salary for your other guys. So yeah, it's just Isaiah Stewart for me.
Got it. Let's go over OKC. Mike Muscala out for them. Josh Hall out. Darius Baisley out. Luguentz Dort out. Isaiah Roby out. Jalen Horde, two-way contract. Do you know him, Chris?
No, I don't know him, but I wanted to mention Hamidou Diallo as well on the Pistons. We had someone said that it's the revenge game, so I kind of like that as well.
Okay. So you don't know Jalen Horde. Do you know Justin Robinson?
Justin Robinson, yeah, I know him.
10-day contract.
They just signed him today.
Yeah. And who's that guy that someone dropped? Is it Phoenix? Someone Jackson or Johnson? Someone was waived today. Do you know who that is?
Waived?
Or like bought? I don't know.
Today?
Yeah, or yesterday or something? No?
Not that I know of. Tyler Johnson, but
No, the other guy. Jackson? I don't know.
Justin Jackson.
Yeah, is he waived?
Yeah, he's waived.
Yeah.
Also, why do you have John Wall in season long? He's always out.
What? He's so good. The Wall star.
He's always out.
Don't you know the John Wall story?
I love John Wall, but he's always out.
Yeah, John Wall story. He deserves a roster spot for sure.
We also got news Porzingis is doubtful, so yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah. Let's go over the Oklahoma City Thunder starters. Got Theo Maledon, Svi Mihailuk, Kenrich Williams, Alexei Pokusevski, and Moses Brown. Yeah, what's going on with the Thunder, Chris? Anything that you like there?
Yeah, so this was like our team for value earlier in the day, just because they're missing a lot of guys. But yeah, now that we have a ton of other value that's opened up. So we're gonna probably have some Mavericks with KP out. Obviously Raptors with Van Vliet out. So yeah, it's not the best value spot anymore, but it's still really solid. Like we have Ty Jerome here, 4-4 on DK. And then on FanDuel, he's 4-1. So I like that price tag. Usually I don't mention Ty Jerome, but since they waived Justin Jackson, kind of bumps up some more minutes. Josh Hall is out as well. Roby is out too. So a bunch of the guys that were in here in the past couple of games are out now. So I do have interest still here. They're all last pieces. They're all viable as last pieces. So I like Ty Jerome a bit, more of a DK play. Svi Mihailuk, more of a FanDuel player where he's 3.8K. Josh Hall is out, like I said, and Justin Jackson. So more minutes for Svi today, 3.8K on FanDuel. Just a really good price tag there. If you're looking at the game logs for these guys, I wouldn't look at the last two games just because they were in such bad blowouts. Last game they got blown out against Portland by 50. Game before by 40 against the Suns. Today they're playing the Pistons. So I expect this game to stay close. So don't look at those last two games if you're looking at game logs. So yeah, I do like Svi. I'm not going to look at the game log like I keep saying. 3.8K on FanDuel, really good price tag. Kenrich Williams, another really good play in my opinion. 4-7 on FanDuel, 5-1 on DK. Obviously the FanDuel price is better there. So I like him. And then you could play Pokusevski, Maledon as well. He's interesting. 5-6 on FanDuel. 5-6 on DK. FanDuel, he is 5-5. So, I mean, all these guys are viable as last pieces. There's no one here that's like a priority play. Don't mind Moses Brown either. Problem is he's center, and we have a lot of center options that are viable today. So, like I said, if you land on any of these guys as last pieces, I'm good with it. And then if I had to pick my favorite guy, I would probably say Svi and Kenrich on FanDuel. They're priced very fairly. And then DK is where they're more last pieces.
Okay. Let's go into the last game here. Phoenix Suns against Houston. Phoenix side, we got Nader out, Frank Kaminsky out. Projected starters, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Bridges, Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. Anybody in this game, Chris, or are we just going to stay away from this game? Make our life a bit easier, play all the games at lock the start of the slate?
Well, I mean, like I always say, Phoenix matchup against Phoenix is one that I hate to target. So that's the reason I don't like this game. That's the first reason, and then the second reason is Phoenix is favored by 15. So I mean, this could be a game that Phoenix wins by 50. Um, so yeah, it's not a game that I love to target. Like you can get some low on guys here in tournaments, maybe Chris Paul. But the thing is, like if they're up by I don't know 30, he's not going to play more than 24 minutes. So that's the problem with him. But his price tag on FanDuel is pretty nice, 7.4K. Just don't love this entire game. That's the problem.
Got it. Let's go over Houston. House out. Do you know this guy, Armani Brooks?
No.
Yeah, he's out for the Rockets. So we got that one. We got Dante Exum out. John Wall out. Daquan Jeffries says claimed by Houston. Do you know Daquan Jeffries, Chris?
Yeah, he was on the Kings. They just waived him a few days ago.
Got it. Projected starters: Kevin Porter Jr., Avery Bradley. Wow. Sterling Brown, Jay Sean Tate, and Christian Wood. Yes, Avery Bradley making a comeback, Chris.
Well, House got hurt, so Bradley's the guy that kind of steps in there. But yeah, I don't know. Kevin Porter, obviously no John Wall, so he's in play, but I don't know. I don't love it. We have, like I said, we don't love to target the Suns. They play slow. They play well defensively. So, and Kevin Porter's priced really well. 6-2 on FanDuel would be a lock on any other slate, in any other matchup, I think. But yeah, I don't think we need it here today.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's just close this game ASAP. Okay, let's go into our 3 plays. I got some chat here for you. Baylor or Gonzaga, Chris?
Gonzaga. I mean, that's the chalk, but yeah, Gonzaga.
Yeah, you gotta lock the chalk. Cornelius says, who are we targeting from Dallas with Zingas out? He's doubtful now, but usually doubtful he considers out. And then the midday downgrade to doubtful seems like a definitely out. Does it ever happen when that happened and they played? Like someone played?
Probably one time out of 100. So I mean, you always treat it as out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was just wondering. Yeah, so I guess who do we target from Dallas, Chris, with Zingas out?
Just bumps up Luka more. Like today, we're loaded with front court players. Like we have Isaiah Stewart, who's a much better play than someone like Kleba. So you don't need to play him. Who gets a bump. Dorian Finney-Smith gets a bump too. But we just have wings on the Raptors as well, who are just in much better spots. So it's mostly Luka that gets the biggest bump here.
Got it. Trigger says he's riding with the Zags. Lynn says J. Rich, Hardaway, Brunson.
Yeah, J. Rich, Hardaway, Brunson. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it's just not really a game that I want to target. Really, like this game could easily blow out. It could blow out even easier now. So I don't know. It's just Luka for me, I think.
Got it. Trigger says Rockets are masterminds. Got Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk in exchange for Harden. How do you pull that off? I'm with Trigger on that one. Somehow they're masterminds for pulling that off.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah. Vian Jones has Baylor. Hasty's in here. What's up, Hasty? Says want Gonzaga so bad, but Baylor +4, +5 is super tempting.
Yeah, let me know if you want to place that bet, Hasty. But yeah, I like Baylor too. Like. I don't know. Gonzaga didn't look great last game, in my opinion. Like UCLA took them down to the wire, so I don't know. Baylor's looked really good, I think, as well. I liked them earlier in the season, but yeah, obviously Gonzaga's favored to win, but I do like the Baylor call, especially if you're given points.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over 3 key plays here, Chris, for the day. So the best 3 plays of the day. Overall, tournament play, value play. First up, overall play of the day. So just good in all formats. Safest guy in your opinion for the slate today. Who do you have?
Overall play of the day, I'll go with give me Pascal Siakam.
Nice.
Have him on the cover, so got to give him some love.
Yeah, I like it. Value play on FanDuel. Are we getting a Raptor? Are we getting a... Who else could we get? Yeah, are we getting a Raptor, Chris?
Value play, no. We're getting a Piston. We're getting Isaiah Stewart.
Got it. And then tournament play of the day. Who do you have?
Tournament play, talked about it earlier. On the Knicks, Julius Randle against the Nets.
Okay. And then give me some Bobby Boucher, Waterboy, Slim Duck. I'm going with Boucher, Chris Boucher. Yeah, any day I can say Boucher, I'm going to say Boucher. And today feels like one of those days. Actually, you know what? What's Alex Len? What's his price? Revenge narrative, obviously. Well, you can't get both of them, so I'm just going to stick with Boucher. But Alex Len's an interesting one for the revenge narrative. DK time, Chris. Overall play of the day. Who do you have there?
Overall play on DK, we can go with Siakam again.
Nice. And then value play. Who do you have?
Same thing, Isaiah Stewart.
Okay. And then tournament.
Same thing, Julius Randle.
Okay. I'm also going to say Boucher here. What is Alex Len here? Could you get both Len and Boucher? That's kind of ugly. I don't think I would do it. I'm just sticking with Boucher. I think I like Boucher. So Boucher is my guy for sure. Okay, let's do our cores, Chris. Let's see. Okay. Lock him in. So you got three guys. Got OG here. You said he's been playing really well lately. Lots of main guys missing on the Raptors. So extra minutes there. Great matchup against the Wizards. Good game environment. Something similar probably for Trent and Stewart. I mean, he's your value play of the day. But yeah, what are your thoughts on those three guys here?
Yeah, just the way pricing is, I locked these guys in. So yeah, I love all these guys. Stewart, no Plumlee, easy play. OG playing very well. No Lowry, no Van Vliet, pretty easy play as well. And then Trent, same thing.
Got it. And then which ones do you want to go over? Seeing some Chris Paul in the second one? Wow.
Yeah, first two.
Wow, Chris Paul.
Yeah, point guard's not a great position here on FanDuel today, I don't think. We also got news that Brad Beal is a game time decision, so it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. What do you think of the Jordan McLaughlin news there? Because you mentioned, we got D'Lo limited minutes, severely limited, you said, or something like that. But obviously, he wasn't going to play up until yesterday, or at least that's what we knew, and then upgraded to playing, and then downgraded to like severe minutes restriction. Would you consider not playing? Like, I don't know. Do you like that play still?
Yeah, so I mean, when D'Lo was doubtful, I was all over him. D'Lo was announced in. I was off of McLaughlin. D'Lo announced off the bench with pretty limited minutes. That's what the coach said. Now I'm back on him. So yeah, 4-6 here. He's still priced fairly. If he gets 30 minutes, and D'Lo gets like 18. I'm still good with McLaughlin for this price tag in this great matchup against the Kings. So yeah, still like him a lot.
What's the minimum amount of minutes you'd want from Jordan for you to feel comfortable playing? Like at what point of minutes would you say like you'd kind of stay away from him?
Even if he gets like 26, like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they run him alongside D'Lo as well. It's not like D'Lo's only a point guard, so like even if he gets 26, I think he can get a point per minute here against the Kings. So yeah, I'm fine with him.
Okay, let's go over these. Let me highlight the differences.
Yeah, so let's see. Trent, Luke, same on both lineups. 5-4 for Trent. No Van Vliet. I like that price tag a lot against Washington. Svi, 3.8K. Bunch of guys missing for them, so I like him a lot. OG, Kenrich, same sort of thing as I just said. Raptors guys are in play a lot, same as the Thunder. So I like Kenrich there. Isaiah Stewart, no Plumlee, just an easy play. And then Cat, 11K against the Kings. I like spending up for him. We have the value to spend up for two studs, so I like that. And then we have this 3v3, Russ, McLaughlin, Siakam versus Luka, Paul, Grant. First side all day. Like, second side gives us guys that I really don't want to play, like Chris Paul and Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant seems to be getting like 15 points per night. Obviously, that's not true, but that's just how it feels, so I don't want to play him. Chris Paul, 15-point favorite against the Houston Rockets. Don't want to play him. First side, we get Westbrook with potentially no Beal. We get McLaughlin as well. We get Siakam. So yeah, I like the first side a lot.
Yeah, and then just on the tournament play for me for Boucher, I feel like you'd get quite a different build there because obviously it'd free up some salary from Cat. Who would you say are the chalkiest centers here today, Chris? Let's open that up.
Cat and
Just
Boucher.
just Cat and Boucher.
Yep.
Seems like they would both give different builds though, right? Quite different.
Yeah, you're probably gonna spend up at like shooting guard or maybe 2 point guards if you go Boucher. I mean, try locking him in, see what you get.
Well, we already got some actually with Boucher here, right here.
Yeah, so you spend up for 2 point guards there with Luca and Russ. Yeah, I mean it's definitely viable there.
Yeah, but then are we getting some sort of inkling that Beal could play? Like, what's going on there?
Well, why?
Well, because you said he's game time decision. I don't know. You brought that up.
Yeah, I mean he was questionable. Now he's a game time decision. So
Same as before.
yeah, we have to treat it as if he's in.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. Because before you were saying treat it as he's out.
Oh no, I was saying that personally I think he's going to be out. But I mean if you're running with median projections, you treat it as if he's in with a questionable tag. So Russell Westbrook's projection here is based off of Beal being in.
Got it. So if he's out, that could be a big boost for this lineup, right? For tournaments, for example.
I mean, sort of, but at the same time, you have Russ in the first lineups, and that lineup is 3 points
Yeah.
ahead. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
Westbrook would be a lock if Beal was out. That's all I'm saying.
Got it. So yeah, I mean, you can see why you like the first one more than the second one with that set as well. DK, let's see who you have here for your cores. Cat, Siakam, Stewart. So I think you just have Siakam here. Only difference. Why Siakam on DK but not FanDuel as a core?
Just because on FanDuel you can go with Jeremy Grant at power forward instead of Siakam, and that's viable because he's so cheap. On DraftKings, Jeremy Grant is more expensive. Siakam he can be a center as well. He can be a forward, so just easier to put him in there.
Got it. Got a lot of college basketball talk here. Go through it afterwards, but yeah, what do you like here, Chris? These lineups here.
Yeah, so let's look at the first two. I think there's just maybe a 2v2, 3v3. Similar cores, like we have McLaughlin here in both lineups, 4-4. We have OG in one, we have Siakam in both, locked him in. We have Stewart locked him in, and we have Cat locked him in. So I think we have like a 3v3 again. We also have Ty Jerome in both lineups for 4.3K. They're missing a bunch of guys, so he's definitely viable here, I think, today. So yeah, 3v3, Pokuševski, Anunoby, Maladone versus Fox, Prince, and Williams. Yeah, this one's a lot closer. Like if we get news that Prince is starting, I'll like the second lineup a lot more. But I mean, I'm going to assume that Prince is off the bench as he has been. Have we actually gotten a starting lineup from them?
From Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't think we have. But
No.
yeah, if Prince is starting for like Dean Wade, then I'll like this lineup more. But I mean, right now I can't treat it that way. So I like the first lineup. Like we got these two Thunder guys who are good values, I think, with a bunch of guys missing for them. We get OG as the sort of spend up in the 3v3. So I mean, I'm good with that as well. I like him a lot.
Okay. We got confirmation saying this out, which is what we expected before. So officially out now. Let's quickly go over the backtesting feature. Had the request from Clement, so let's do that. What slate should we backtest, Chris? What's the good one here? Just in April. Any good ones?
Yeah, I don't think it was working yesterday because we had issues. So just go to like April 1st or something.
Okay. Let's load that one up. 125 mark here. FanDuel or DraftKings? Which one should we do? FanDuel?
Yeah, he's a FanDuel player.
Yeah, I think this sort of stuff will actually be faster once we switch to our other data processing method. So just a lot of data here, but yeah, it should be a bit faster moving forward once we update that. I think my browser Firefox is dying as well. But yeah, so Yeah, first up, load up a slate that's already passed, that's finished. So slates that are over, we collect actual points data. So if you scroll all the way to the right, the first thing you can see when you're backtesting is these, I believe it's 4 additional columns that you won't usually see if the slate hasn't started yet. So first one being the actual points here. So that's the actual fantasy points they got on the slate and on the website FanDuel here. The next one is the projected fantasy points difference. So I think that's the difference between the projections that we had for the player versus the actual points. So Westbrook here is minus 17. So that just means he ended up getting 17.38 points less than we had him projected for. So you can see that there. This is just the percent difference of the same thing here. So that was a 30% difference. I got 30% less than he was projected for. So similar data there. And then this one is similar to the column that we have, which is what you can use to find value plays. So this is the points per 1K. So it's a good way to see like who good value plays were at the start of the slate. Like over here was Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 6.53 value. Typically, I think you look for 5x value. That's value, right, Chris?
Yeah.
So anything over 5 is usually good. Anything less is usually not great. So you can see Westbrook here. He got 3.65, not great. But you could see Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He actually got more than we had him projected for. He got 8x value. So if you have guys who ended up getting a high actual points per 1K score, typically that means you'll do a lot better. So let me just filter.
It's actually interesting to see, like sort by PFP difference, just the raw number there. Let's see who the highest difference and lowest differences were. Yes, the lowest you're going to get guys that didn't play. So you got to scroll until you find guys that have played.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the site's not this slow when you're backtesting, but it is one of those things that we'll be fixing moving forward. Just a lot of other stuff that we're working on as well. But yeah, obviously I'd like that to be a bit faster. But yeah, here you can see Tobias Harris was the worst one, minus 23.
Go to the next page.
Jokic, minus 20.
Yes, and then scroll to the top. Yeah, so like Wiseman, I think I played Wiseman on this day. I always play him when he's like this. So yeah, that always happens to me. But yeah, it's interesting. You can just see kind of what went wrong, what went right. You can kind of think why it went wrong, why it went right. Like let's sort it by the opposite way, just so we see the best players of the slate.
Yeah, and before we do that, I'll say one thing. Like all of these columns that you see here, a lot of people don't know, but you can actually adjust the order of these columns. So you can either drag them over and you'll see, hopefully it works now. But yeah, there you go. You can see it moves over. So if you want to put like maybe you want to see the projected ownership of players next to this, you can move it there. You can also go here at the top and reorder by clicking and dragging this icon here on the right side for any column. And then you can also disable data. Like if you never use like the, I don't know, usage rate, for example, or what's the AR assist rate. You can see assist rate here on the left. You can turn it off and then it won't take up space on your table. So you can end up just seeing all the data that you like. So you can play around with that. You can always reset the order back to the default. So just mess around with that, see what you like. Whole point is to kind of let you customize the tool to suit you best. Yeah, let's switch it back to the other order. Let's go back to page 1.
Yeah, so let's see. Bogey did the best. Rudy Gay, Aaron Gordon, Josh Jackson. I mean, you could just like get a quick slate overview if you do that. But I mean, backtesting, what you want to do is you want to build, and then it'll show the actual points that the lineup got. So I mean, you could just build the first 20, see what you get, and then from there you would just adjust settings, as if you would on a normal slate that hasn't happened yet. So like assume that you haven't played this slate, adjust settings like to see what maybe you would have done, and then build. You can take a look at the lineups, what they actually got, stuff like that, and then you can open up the actual contest and compare the scores. But yeah, once it builds, we can take a look.
Yeah, a little slow right now. I'm not sure why actually. But yeah, pretty much what Chris said. So this is just additional data to kind of make it easier to see what happened with the slate quickly, like who overperformed, who underperformed, who the best value was. So you can sort of see that, and then when you do rebuild lineups again to see what scores you could have got, it's not going to build with the actual points. It's going to use the projected fantasy points over here. Well, this one columns are a little messed up now, but it'll use the actual projected fantasy points. So you could see here, back testing, the actual scores in the brackets here, and then the score that it used to build the lineup, the projected fantasy points, is the one not in brackets. So 339 is the projected score that we had. The lineup ended up getting 308, so it underperformed a bit than the projection. But if you click here, you can actually sort it by the two. So you can sort by either the actual score, or the default is the projected fantasy points, since that's what it used to build. You can see here the fourth lineup it built was actually 375, so that's pretty high score. So I guess the other thing with the back testing is this here. So after you build a lineup, after you build lineups, you can open up this card here in the sidebar. You can switch your target line. So one way to use that is if you open up contests from that slate. I hope it works here. Looks like it did. So if you open up the contests, find a contest that you are interested in. So this $3.33 one, open that up, results link, click it, go to last winning position, for example, look at the score, 329.7. So you could just put that here, 329.7, and then now you know that was the score. Go back to your lineups page here, and then what the target line is, it'll just show you some data. Like it'll show you out of the 20 lineups that you built, 11 of them scored higher than your target line, so 55%. You can see your highest score here as well, 275.7, and then the average score of all your lineups as well. So that's pretty cool. So that's like the basics of it, and then the real utility of it is just, I guess, testing out different settings and sort of seeing what you could have done, what works, what doesn't work, like all these sorts of things, and just mess around, see what the actual scores are, see how high you can build it. Maybe you could like lock in a player, just see what happens, see if you can replicate like the highest score. Like if we had Bogey here, maybe, I don't know, what was his projected ownership here? I guess it's not showing up, but I don't know. If you had him, well, actually we did have him projected quite high, 6.24 already. So let's see what happens here. So locking in Bogey, 15% randomness, 2 uniques. So the highest score we got with the first build was 275.7. Let's just see what happens here, and then I guess we can wrap it up. But that's pretty much it. It's the general basics of it, and then beyond that, it's just all the regular settings that you can use on any given day, any given slate. You just use them here and see what works for you and what does not. So you can see here, if we locked in Bogey, for example, we did get a slightly higher score here, 383.7. Not too huge of a difference in terms of like our overall scores. There are just, I think instead of 11 we have 12 now, but let's see what the highest score here. The score to beat was 418.2. I think this is a 150 entry tournament, so obviously it's a little different to backtest that, but you could do 150, for example, see what you get. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else, Chris, on here to cover?
No, not really. Like, and then like, you find the settings that work for you, and then you could just use those same settings for a future slate. That's pretty much the the gist of it.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, like you said, like it's just a good way, and it's a fun way to experiment with all the settings that you can do for future slates. It's fun because you can see if you can build a lineup that gets a high score. And if you can do that over multiple slates, maybe you found something that you like, a strategy that you like, and then sort of develop your play style like that instead of having to like actually play on a real slate, wait for the results. This way you can kind of just go back on any day whenever you have time and just keep building until you get bored or until you figure out what you like. So it's definitely a good way to do that. I've done that many times, so I like it, especially when I'm struggling with my tournaments. I definitely spend time here. So, and the cool thing is it works for every slate. Over here, you can open up the contests for any slate. So yeah, definitely open up a contest, get the scores there, see what the first place is, see what the cash line was, and then kind of put that in your back testing. But yeah, that's it. Anything else, Chris, for today? Should we wrap it up?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. I think we can go over single game tomorrow, not today, because it's kind of a longer one here. But let's do some housekeeping. So if anyone here has not tried out our optimizer, we've kind of showcased extra feature here today, back testing. But we use it every single slate here to go over the slates. So if you want to try it out, play around with our projections, ownership, use our optimizer, use our just use our optimizer. Go to our site, dfscrunch.com. Link is in the description. You can get yourself a free 3-day trial on any membership plan that you pick here. Won't be charged until after 3 days, so 72 hours from when you create it. You can cancel anytime before then, absolutely free. You get full access during that trial. You'll get our Discord as well. Good community there, so if you have questions about how to use something, if you're a little lost, you can go there after hours, ask questions. If Chris and I aren't around, someone else most likely help you. Super helpful community there. So you get access to that. I also do the show every day, so if you have questions, if you're lost, you can come hang out here, ask questions during the show. Always go over questions here, so lots of ways to learn. We have lots of slates, lots of sports, lots of different slate types, so it's just a lot of stuff to keep you busy if you love DFS. So check that out at dfscrunch.com. And last thing, guys, before you go, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Helps us grow. Do appreciate that. And then also make sure you're subscribed as well. Hit the bell button and all. Every day we do this show here 2.5 hours before main slate. But if you're subscribed, just easier to keep up with it. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes it's 2:30. Just depends on the slate. But it's usually almost always 2.5 hours before main slate. Every single day we do it, except for Easter, I guess. But the reason we didn't do it yesterday is because I was fixing the site. It was down, so got that working. But every day we do it unless the site is down, and that was the only day that's ever happened. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. We'll be working on making sure that doesn't happen again, but we did fix it, so don't think it will. We'll be in the Discord, guys, so if you have more questions, we'll be over there.
We got news. Rubio is available to play, so don't play McDaniels. I think Rubio is doubtful, so we just got a situation like you were talking about earlier where a doubtful guy has been ruled in. So don't play McDaniels or McLaughlin. Sorry, you can still play McDaniels. Don't play McLaughlin.
Got it. Crazy. But we'll be in the Discord. So if you guys need some help with that, how to navigate that, come hang out there. Good luck today, guys. See you all tomorrow, 2.5 hours before main slate. Have fun today on the slate. It's going to be a fun one. Hopefully we get some good games, and good luck, guys.